How do I get out of here?
You sick fuck! Light has the power to reveal what is hidden, but relying on it will obscure the path.
Oh my god.
Here is a bullish man who has his own test. He will try to eviscerate you with brute force. Try to stay out of his way. You cannot stand against his strength. But no man can defy gravity. Your persistence is not surprising, Campbell. I know that you have cancer. You do not have long to live. You came here searching for the truth about your son. To spend your few remaining months with him. The truth is this. He is alive. He has passed his test. Now you must make a choice. Above you is another of my subjects. He is about the same age as your son, and you have never met him. But he has a long life ahead of him. The glass elevator at the end of the hall will only fit one. Now you must make a choice. Save yourself and watch someone die. Or sacrifice your life for his. Let the game begin.
Tapp, my boy. Good to see ya.
It's been a while, Chief Jacobs.
Please, call me Henry. Yeah, don't mind us. We're just, processing the scene. You know how it is. The Force owes you a debt, son. Without you, we'd all be behind bars. Yeah.
Hey, sorry about the mess. Haven't been at the top of my game lately. After I got free of Jigsaw's nut house, it's been hard. You know how it is, right? Anyway, if Jigsaw left anything here, I'll find it.
Remember the Tapp name holding some respect. A whole line of great cops. But now, all the good ones ended with your father. Get out of here, Tapp. You should have become a cop like your old man.
Oh, you're David's son, aren't you? Michael, right? You're so much older than I thought. I have to go.
one to move their cage to the door will be freed. However, there is no prize for second place. Oh, and watch your step. The floor is covered in broken glass. You like stories, don't you? Well, here's the first one. The tortoise and the hare. Let the game begin.
I'm not dying in here. See you around.
You failed, Michael.
What the fuck?
But I'm giving you a second chance. You are a reporter. The public trusts the news that you give them as the truth. But the truth is that you write stories for your own benefit. Sons often suffer the sins of their fathers. But your father suffered your corruption. To escape this place, you will have to free those involved with your father's death. To truly succeed, you will need to not simply do what you are told. You will need to investigate your surroundings like the reporter you claim to be. Save their lives and find the story of your father's death. Discovering the truth will set you free.
Fuck you, you fucking psycho! You killed my dad. I'll find you. I swear.
Throughout your father's career, he put many criminals in prison. As his son, they will not be happy to see you.
Your dad? He put me in for a dime, kid. I guess you're taking up his debt.
Save this man to see his sign. But hurry. He doesn't have much time. Hello, Griff. You were a promising college student until you became obsessed with a female professor who wanted nothing to do with you. But you persisted. Rape is a serious crime, Griff. It labels you as a sex offender, a ticking time bomb that nobody wants to be around. Kind of like the bomb you were attached to right now. The son of the officer that arrested you is your only chance at survival. You blamed Detective Tapp for keeping you from your true love. Let us see if you can free yourself from your obsession long enough to survive.
Trapped here is someone your father respected greatly, until he found out the truth. What secrets are you ashamed to reveal?
Chief Jacobs put me on a murder today that I just can't seem to wrap my head around. I'm hoping that keeping track of this case using this journal will help organize my thoughts, keep me sharp. I've worked plenty of murders before, but this one is different. Victim is Cecil Adams, a typical drug addict asshole by all accounts. He was found tangled up in razor wire. Cause of death, exsanguination. The murder weapon was a frame to which the razor wire was wound, and it looks like he was thrown into the tangle of razor wire. The more he struggled, the more the wire constricted and cut him. I would most likely conclude that this was just some sick gang violence if it wasn't for two outlying variables. First, the victim had 8 straight incisions on his face, atypical of injuries sustained by razor wire. They are clean blade wounds, but all 8 are perfectly parallel across the face. This leads me to believe that the wounds were industrial by nature, which doesn't fit any gang modus operandi I've ever seen. Second, The victim had a piece of flesh missing from his upper left shoulder. Since the body was in such bad shape, we missed it on the initial examination. The missing flesh was cut out in the shape of a jigsaw puzzle piece. Shit! Someone from the department leaked one of our files on Jigsaw to the press. I just received a call asking for my comment on the Jigsaw killings. How did they know what we call him? It couldn't be anyone on my team. I'll be checking to see if any trainees are driving around a new car. This creates two new dimensions for the investigation. First, the possibility of copycats. Thankfully, most of the details on the assignment have been kept locked away in my home files, so the press probably just has general details, gossip, stuff like that. But the worst aspect of leaking Jigsaw to the press is going to be those damn groupies. Every serial killer gets them.
Sometimes moving forward in life means pain. Each of you has half the means to free yourselves. Michael, you have the information that Zeke needs to solve his puzzle. Giving him the information he needs to live will cause him a great deal of pain. But ignore the problem and you both go nowhere. Good luck.
My God.
Don't feel too bad for Zeke. Those hands used to touch little girls. Now they'll just touch the bottom of a trash bin.
The Jigsaw device unlocked by Amanda Young is different from the other killings. The device, what he describes as a reverse bear trap, is mechanically more complex than what we've seen so far. The design is elegant. There's no other words for it. Elegant. It's a hinge retractor, spring-loaded with enough force to wrench open the victim's jaw well past the tearing point. I've studied it so much by this point, I wouldn't even need a key to release it.
You have the key, and with it the power to save a life. But only if you make it in time. Hello, Henry. When you were promoted to chief of police, you vowed to rid the streets of drug abuse. But like any politician, you have become part of the problem instead of the solution. You have defiled the oath you made to protect the public. Now usually when an officer of the law falls as low as you, they take their own life. They, eat the gun. Allow me to help you with that. Each panel has a series of lights that must be switched off. But be careful. Each click brings the gun closer to firing. Switch off all the lights on each panel, or it's lights out. Detective Tapp shot himself because he couldn't see the light. This is your chance to see the light by turning them off. Live or die, Henry.
Okay, that was close. Michael, you have to get the rest out. He said you have to go down that elevator alone.
Fuck that! We're getting out of here.
This psycho thinks that we had something to do with your father's death. He'll kill them all.
Fine. Which way are you going?
I'm supposed to head towards the entrance. I'll try to find some help.
All right. I'll see you on the other side. Don't get yourself killed, okay?
is often concealed in darkness. The vest in front of you holds a light that will aid in your game, but be warned. If you stray from the path, the vest will make sure you do not get very far.
So, this is your latest toy. Okay, I'll play it your way.
Before you are two obstacles, water and electricity. At this voltage, the combination is deadly. Drain the pool and shut off the electricity, and you might be able to save this woman's life.
That's far enough. Don't hurt yourself. You still don't realize what I'm doing, do you?
I've been getting mad a lot lately.
Defiant, like your father. Oh, I would have liked to have known. Did you know about my son? I think he would have been like me. Or maybe even like you. I'll never know. He would have wanted justice. And that's what I'm giving him.
That key, surrounded by steam pipes, is the only way forward. Let's see if you can take the heat. The pump is too heavy to carry. Use the elevator to bring it down. Hello, Patrick. When you were a small child, your father used to cut you with knives as a sadistic gesture of intimacy. Rather than break the cycle of violence, you've escalated to carving up strangers who do no more than greet you. Detective Tapp said during your trial that you were incurable. But I have a cure. The device attached to your head will carve deeper and deeper into your skull every time you make a sudden movement. Try to keep still, Patrick.
Positive ID on the fingerprints came back as Dr. Lawrence Gordon. He's an oncologist, a cancer surgeon. He was in the system because of some trouble he had when he was 19. Apparently he had a breakdown. Had to be institutionalized for 6 months. His medical file is chilling. White male, mid to late 30s, obsession with human biology, checks all the boxes for a typical serial killer profile. We got his work address. I'm waiting on scene to get back from forensics, and we're gonna pick him up for questioning.
The only thing between you and her is 100,000 volts. You better find a way to turn off the power.
We have to eliminate him, you understand? He knows too much.
But all he's done is help us. Why would we...
Shut up and listen, idiot. Those files his dad put together can put us in prison. All right? And you know what they do to cops in prison.
All right, whatever you say, boss. I'll find the kid.
these will save your life.
Henry, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh no! Oh God!
Hello, Sarah. I want to play a game. You pollute your body with drugs and you sell your morals on the street corner for whatever you can get. Detective Tapp gave you a second chance. An escape from your addiction. But after his death, you slipped back into your old ways, didn't you? You are drowning in your own self-pity. Drain the water from the box by aligning the release pipes. But you'd better hurry. I don't think she can hold her breath forever.
Are you all right? Do you know your name?
Sarah. I'm Sarah. Your father and I was an informant for him.
I'm sorry, Sarah. But what did Jigsaw mean about my dad giving you a second chance?
He was kind. And what you did to him, you're a monster.
What?
You know exactly what you did to him. You broke him. Fuck you.
Shit.
The police are like a family that your father left you and your mother for. If you think about it, you are practically related. Bound by blood. Better save him before the blood is squeezed from him. The elevator requires two pieces to function. The lever and the control device to use it. Find the pieces to control the elevator, but hurry before your friend below succumbs to his vices. The next room holds a criminal released by your actions. He holds a key that you need to progress. But be careful. He doesn't play nice.
Jesus Christ! Gotta get out of this hellhole. Anton, you ready? Hit the switch!
Well played, Michael. See you around.
Background check on John Kramer was surprising. This guy was a real class act. His architectural firm designed and built half the city skyline. When he got bored of making skyscrapers, he created a company called Gideon to buy up abandoned real estate and renovate them into low-cost housing for the less fortunate. This fucking city. People like John Kramer and Jill Tuck give so much just to get trampled over by the same people they're trying to help.
Thank you. Take this key. Jigsaw said you needed it, I think. Now, I just gotta wait here. It's what he said. Just wait here, and my brother will be okay.
Hello, Anton. You are a mercenary for hire, specializing in terror. Your particular method of choice is throwing corrosive acid on the faces of your victims. that's like. There's an acid drip on the chain to your cage. The son of the officer that put you in prison will decide whether you escape unharmed or you burn like your victims. You had better hope he has a steady hand, Anton.
I just need a quick fix, all right? Come on, I know you've got some.
Are you serious? We're stuck in this maze from hell, and you want to pick me up?
Just a little. Just a little.
Ugh, fine, you fucking junkie. I've got some over here.
Sing is dead. And it's all my fault. I'm sorry. Michael came to visit me today. It's been so long, I almost didn't recognize him. He looks like me in my graduation picture from the academy. He has to be 20 by now. 21. He's working at a newspaper as an intern now, fresh out of college. God, I'm so proud. He's making something out of his life. He wasn't very happy to see me, of course, but I can't blame him. What I did to his mother, to him. He'll never forgive me, I suppose. But I'm still happy for him. I need to record this somewhere. Need to say it out loud. Sing and no. It was me. My fault. We went into Jigsaw's workshop without a warrant. I wanted to get that bastard so bad. He was so close and was always one step ahead. It was our chance. But now, Sing is dead. And I have to live with that. Jacobs was right. Even if we got him, he'd probably walk. If he'd walked, I can't help but think, would I cross the line?
The box on the nearby conveyor belt holds one of the pieces you need to progress. Make sure nothing obstructs its path. Oh, by the way, the box is packed with explosives. Try not to make a mess.
I've been taken off the case. This is why my team wouldn't talk to me while I was in the hospital. They were ordered not to disclose any aspect of the case to me. Chief Jacobs said that I'm technically a victim, so I'm too close to have an objective view of the situation. And that's bullshit. Jigsaw killed Sing. I'm putting that motherfucker 6 feet deep.
You have everything you need to lower the elevator and to release your colleague. Hurry.
Michael! Michael, help me!
Hello, Joseph. You are the lead vice detective in charge of investigating crimes involving prostitution and narcotics. But you don't put drug dealers in jail. Instead, you squeeze them for every penny, forcing them to work for you. You pollute the city you swore to protect. At each of your limbs are mechanical vices that, when triggered, will close one by one. The last vice will crush your skull. As an officer of the law, you have betrayed your badge. You have controlled people by taking advantage of their vices. Now those vices will control you.
I didn't think you'd spring me, huh? What did we ever do to deserve this, right?
You know what you did. What we did.
Yeah, well, you gotta make a living. What do you think, you're some sort of hero going around rescuing everybody? Please. Do me a favor and stay out of my way.
I don't care about myself. Not anymore. When you get out of this cell, I'm putting you in another prison.
Fuck you, I'm not going to prison.
Someone is waiting for your help. Hurry. A stranger, a woman you have never met, is trapped above. The only way to save her is to first restore the power to the freight elevator. But you better hurry, or she may remain a stranger forever.
I got Jennings in a corner. Tried to get some details on the case. Gotta give the guy credit. He stalled until Carrie turned me around and told me to back off. She basically cut my balls off, screaming at me about how I just need to let it go and that she's the lead detective now. Well, she's young. She doesn't understand. Or she can't. I will never stop for what that bastard did to Sing. I tried to call Kara today. I wanted to know why she didn't come visit me in the hospital. I know we had a messy divorce and everything, but there are just some things you do as a human being. So I called, and Michael answered the phone. He's been having trouble getting a paid position at the paper, and he wondered if I had any scoops I could give him about the Jigsaw case. I got a little emotional and hung up the phone. I shouldn't have. He's my son. I should have involved him as much as I could. But this is too close.
Hello, Barry. You are obsessed with fire. An obsession that's claimed the lives of two people. You remember them, don't you, Barry? Twisting and writhing as their flesh crisped into ash. Now you must face your love of the flame. You have all the tools you need to set the world on fire. But be warned, if you go down this path, it will cost you your life. Give up your obsession and live a full life. Or let the flame consume you.
I may be paranoid, or maybe I'm just forgetful lately, but I think some of my files and tapes are gone. Including... No. It can't be. Look, if they found that, who could have taken it? Nobody's been here. Look, when I leave, I keep the files locked up. Unless... Michael? No, he would never.
You've managed to restore the power. Good. Now hurry up. There isn't much time left.
Hello? Hello? Anyone there?
Well, look who it is. Get yourself in a pickle, did you?
Fuck you! Get me out of here!
Fuck me? Get yourself out.
Ah! Jesus Christ!
All right, just hang on.
Turn off the steam! He said you'd come, that you'd save me. You're a good man, like your father.
You obviously didn't know my father. Ah!
He abandoned you. He told me. It didn't mean he didn't love you. It didn't mean he got what he deserved.
Damn it!
You must be willing to do whatever it takes to save the life of a stranger. While you're completing this challenge, ask yourself this. Why are you willing to sacrifice so much for a stranger? Why you are willing to betray your own family?
I can't believe it. He betrayed me. My own son betrayed me. My own flesh and blood. He stole my files, my tapes. He published the story using... God. I had a tape where I recorded what really happened in Jigsaw's workshop about ignoring police procedure. How could he do this to me? My own son! Jacobs made me clean out my desk. There's not much I can do at this point. I'm no longer a cop. Even my own blood betrays me. I'm nothing. I lost track of time, of the days spent drunk and lazy on the couch. But I just saw an old magazine a few minutes ago. On the cover, John Kramer was voted Man of the Year for his philanthropic work. I can't let Jigsaw just walk. People like John Kramer and Jill Tuck spend their lives helping people. And what am I doing? Drinking my life away. If the department won't help me catch him, well, that's fine. But I'm not going to quit.
Not all problems are solved with subtlety and intelligence. Often force is required. These doors can only be opened with explosive force. Careful. We wouldn't want any accidents.
How the hell?
Before you are two cylinders. Each liquid is mostly harmless by itself, but when combined, they make a powerful explosive. Use the device to feed the chemicals into each cylinder until full. Be warned, if you mix the chemicals before the device is full, the explosion will occur prematurely. I don't need to tell you what happens then.
Great. Now I'm making bombs. This is a good idea.
Funny story. I was at the corner store, and this girl asked me if I could break a 20. It took me a second, but I finally recognized her. Sarah Blaylock, the informant that Amanda saw after her release. She didn't recognize me, but after I realized it was her, I couldn't stop staring. She must have noticed because she asked me what I was doing. I came up with some cheesy line and she laughed. You know, we really hit it off. Now, if I was a cop, this would mean some breach of protocol, I'm sure. But I don't care about that right now. I'm just glad that when I get home at the end of the day, there's a little brightness there waiting for me. I haven't felt this way in a long time.
You remember Dwayne, don't you? I told you I believe in second chances. Go for one of you. It will be your last. You helped seek pharmaceuticals and you sell them on the street. Your legs are attached to an elevator, and your arms to the ceiling. Balance the numbers using as few moves as possible. If you fail, the elevator will fall, tearing you in half. You feed off the addictions of the desperate and the destitute, perpetuating a cycle of addiction that is difficult to break. Well, let's see what your breaking point is.
Help! Help! Jesus, I have to do this. Help!
I can't get this open. It looks like you're on your own.
Don't leave me here! Don't leave!
Damn it!
When you first started your game, a man escaped ahead of you. He did not pay attention to my clue and failed his test. You are his second chance. You hold more than his life in your hands, Michael. He is the only person alive that knows the entire truth. And you would ask him some heated questions, wouldn't you?
Carl, you're all right.
Oh, great, it's you. Listen, try not to abandon me this time, okay? Huh, there's a fuse box over here. Crane? Okay, you should be able to use the crane now.
Thanks for the assist. Okay, I think we got it.
Let's go. Think you can keep up?
Wait, where are you going? Carl! Damn it!
Ahead is a man chained to a wall. Do not feel sorry for him. He will kill you the first chance he gets. Avoid his grasp. Hello, Chuck. You are a drug dealer. When you were caught, you shifted the blame onto your best customer, Robert. In an attempt to receive a lighter sentence, you put a man in prison by your actions. But there is nobody to ease your burden now. You and Robert are forever bound by your actions, just as you are bound to this wall. Your only escape is to move forward and take someone with you back to the wall. But be gentle. Those are razor blades embedded in your arms. Live or die, Chuck.
You try so hard to forget your past. I'm here to remind you.
Listen, Michael. I know he didn't have a warrant when he stormed Jigsaw's hideout. There's your story. The editor of the Herald is a buddy of mine. You give him that story with some proof, and I'll get you a desk. Think about it. You get what you've always wanted, and the truth comes out. The truth, Michael.
Amazing device, isn't it? Matters of life and death, all on a tiny magnetic strip.
You are a fucking psychopathic murderer.
The difference between you and me is simple. You destroy lives for money. I save people from themselves.
All right, fine. Use the gun and take care of him. We can't have him survive this.
You gonna be okay without it?
Oh, please. This jigsaw isn't half as bad as the K2K perps I used to put away. Now go fetch.
Yes, boss.
Watch out, Michael. Hello, Donovan. You've always been a violent man. Especially to the women you claim to love. You tell them that the pain you cause them is their own fault. That you love them too much to not beat them mercilessly. Well, let's see if you can take the pain you dish out. The device attached to your body has spikes that point inward and outward. The pain you cause with these spikes will be reflected back onto you. Understand, Donovan? Sometimes the use of force can be your downfall.
Everyone showed up tonight at Poltzer's house. Carla Song, Henry Jacobs, Joseph Poltzer, and Solomon Bates. This proves they're all involved. 4 jigsaw suspects. Now, this doesn't make any sense. What are they all doing together?
By now, you know that everyone is connected. What happens to one of you affects the other, like ripples in a pond. There's no escaping this web. You must simply make the connections.
He says to meet at the house. Yes, tonight something's wrong. Someone is digging. I don't give a shit if you can't find your boyfriend. We gotta go tonight. You don't show, you prove your trouble, and I'll put you in a shallow grave and burn your body. That's right. Okay.
I'm sorry I didn't trust you before. This isn't my usual day, you know? But now, I think we can get through this, and
No!
Sorry, kid. Sweet girl and all, but these are the end times. When guys like us have to tie up loose ends, and you know she was a loose end.
Fuck you!
Ha! Still got some fire in there, huh? Just like your old man. You'll see. We're not that different when we need to save our own skins. When it counts. See you around, kid.
Hello, Solomon. You knowingly work for criminal organizations, concealing their profits by cooking the books.
Oh God! Help me!
Now you would say that you are just doing your job. I say you give criminals their ability to pollute the streets with drugs. You are attached to a cart set on a track. To free yourself, all you have to do is get to the other side of the room. As you can see, getting there will require some planning. You are so good at cooking the books, Solomon. Let's see how well you burn.
I need to know everything.
Okay. All I know is those cops, Henry and Joseph. They've been taking drugs from the evidence locker and selling them on the street. I just do the numbers, bank accounts, stuff like that.
Who else? Who else knew?
They have some doctor that helps them out with high-grade stuff. Dr. Song.
Carla?
Yeah, that's her name. And this druggy bitch who deals with the street-level stuff. Her name is... Sarah? I think.
She was working for them? Bullshit!
Whatever you say, kid. Just don't hurt me.
How do you know?
She was in on it, I swear. She was there to knock Tapp off the trail. He found the drugs. He was on their trail. He just happened to stumble on it while he was looking for Jigsaw. But you wrapped that up nicely with that article.
I just wanted, I don't know, revenge?
I'll say, you did a number on him. I mean, that article basically killed him. I knew you were bad seed, Michael. Everything you touch turns to shit. You'll get everything you deserve. I hope Jigsaw kills you, you dick! No!
You don't know.
Know what? That you're a liar? That you've been working for them all along?
At first, that's what it was, but they told me I would be arrested if I didn't help them. Your father was getting too close to something that he shouldn't have. He was in danger. But when I got to know him, I figured out he didn't even care about dirty cops. He was just obsessed with Jigsaw. They didn't believe me. Told me I had fallen for my mark. And they were right. You don't know these people, Michael. They're crazy. His life was in danger.
I know.
There's something else. The man in the pig mask, you know him. He's a friend of your father's.
Jigsaw! The question rattles around, back and forth, like splinters in my brain. Kramer is the best bet. He would be the killer. But what about Amanda? No, Baxter. Just too many pieces. It doesn't make sense. Who is Jigsaw? Who is Jigsaw? Who is Jigsaw? Gordon?
Hello, Robert. As an addict, you trusted your drug dealer, Chuck, with your life. But your trust was misplaced, and he sent you to prison for a crime you did not commit. In prison, your addiction became worse. You are chained now to your addiction, just as you are chained to this wall. To break the cycle, you must move past your addiction and bring someone else with you to the wall. Ensuring they live will be tricky. You have razor blades embedded in your arms. Do not become a murderer, Robert. You wanted so badly to be famous. To be in the spotlight. Well, seeking fame in these spotlights will only earn you a quick death.
You can't do shit. I'm the chief of police. You kill me, the entire city will be after you.
this time I will never have with him. Watching him grow up, watching his life unfold. I have been robbed of something I never thought could be lost. Time is everything. I killed a man in a pig mask back at Whitehurst. Nobody knows that but me. I never even knew who he was. Just figured it was Jigsaw. I never even thought about it until I had to make the choice. Maybe he was a family man. Maybe Jigsaw kidnapped his family. I would do the same thing if Michael was in danger. Even though he ruined my life, he's still my son. I can't let go of this obsession with Jigsaw. I just can't. We're connected, me and him. Trying to find him just results in more people getting hurt. But I can't stop. This is my only solution, my only way out. I've lost everything that matters. Game over.
Of course. It had to be the last bullet.
Hello, Michael. You aided dirty cops in their drug cartel, telling yourself it was for money. The real reason, of course, was revenge. Revenge for a life of abandonment. You got more than you bargained for. Driving your father to suicide. And yet you've destroyed more lives than just his. Now your life rests in the sacrifice of a stranger. Below you is a man that you have never met. For you to live, he must sacrifice what is left of his life. Can he look past his own greed and selfishness to save just one person? Let's find out. Live or die, Michael. That people wrap themselves in, past the meat and sinew justice in an unjust world. So I'm giving you one last choice. You can take those files that your father collected and publish the truth in a newspaper that will be used to wrap fish the very next day. Or you can help people see the truth within themselves, to be rehabilitated as you were. Now is the time to choose, Michael.
Hello, Campbell. Your son is unharmed. He came to me, seeking answers, and he found them in the love of his father. Your willingness to sacrifice everything for a son you never knew was your test, and you passed. Now all you have to do is turn around and walk away. Go see your son.
So he's safe? He's not here?
Far away from this place.
I can't let him live in a world with people like you in it!
Game over.